We all know the formulaic movie fistfight. The bad guy and the good guy scrap. The bad guy has the upper hand one moment, and then the good guy, through determination, eventually overthrows them. These are not those fights. Welcome back to FilmShack. Today, we prepared for you the top 10 most unfair movie battles ever. Number 10. Morpheus vs. Agent Smith.
The great Morpheus. We meet at last.
And you are?
A Smith.
While Morpheus is the all-knowing leader who trains Neo, he can't quite muster up the strength to put up a decent fight against Agent Smith. In order to buy some time so Neo and his comrades can escape, Morpheus and the agent duke it out in a rundown bathroom, which is further destroyed by Morpheus's body being hurled every which way. Smith puts Morpheus through the ringer as he beats him silly, throws him against the walls, and uses everything, including the bathroom sink, to deliver one crushing blow after another. As were shown in the previous scenes, Morpheus is one tough cookie, which is why it's so scary to see him get dominated with minimal effort by Agent Smith. This is why when you see an agent in the Matrix, you run. Number 9. Hulk vs. Loki.
When they come, and they will, they'll come for you.
I have an army.
We have a Hulk.
Loki may be a god, but he's no match for a Hulk. After releasing an alien army and quickly dispatching his Norse god brother, Loki watches the ensuing mayhem unfold from the top of Stark Tower. He thinks his victory is all but assured, until he notices that the Avengers are making quite a dent on his army. Outraged at their meddling, Loki makes the brilliant maneuver to give the Hulk the business, boasting himself to be a god and vastly superior in every way. Big mistake, as the Hulk proceeds to pick up Loki by the feet and swing him around like a rag doll, continuously pounding his body onto the floor. When Hulk is through with the laughable beatdown, he mutters "puny god" as Loki is on the floor speechless. What a boss. Number 8. Apollo Creed vs. Ivan Drago.
All right, it's time to go to school, son. Come on, get your hands up, man. You need an interpreter? It's time to go to school.
You will lose.
Rarely does a boxing fight get more brutal than this one. The Rocky films have been known to get bloody, but this was the first fight in the franchise that resulted in a death. After years off of the professional circuit, Apollo Creed decides to fight an up-and-comer boxer named Ivan Drago, who is the Russian equivalent of the Terminator. Creed doesn't know what he's in for before stepping into the ring, as the seasoned veteran dances around in his patented Uncle Sam outfit, all the while singing along to Living in America with funk legend James Brown. He realizes all too soon that Drago is no joke, after the Russian Hulk slams his boxing gloves on Apollo's and murmurs in a robotic voice, "You will lose." Once the fight starts, it's clear Apollo is no match for Drago as the Master of Disaster gets knocked around the ring and beaten into a bloody pulp. Rocky tells his friend that he's going to stop the fight, but Apollo refuses. He steps back into the ring, only to have Drago land an enormous blow that snuffs out the boxer's life. The bloodied Creed dies in Rocky's arms, with Drago looking at the Italian stallion square in the eyes, unaffected by grief or guilt. If he dies, he dies. Ice cold. Number 7. Godzilla vs. the military. When oh when will the military learn that dropping bombs does virtually nothing to stop Godzilla? You would think that the Japanese government would have realized this years ago and put an end to the madness. Ever since Gojira was released in 1954, military-grade weapons have proven to be totally ineffective against this mammoth Japanese kaiju. Over the years, Godzilla has appeared in close to 30 movies and still blows past military brigades like a kid destroying anthills. Bombs are dropped, missiles are launched, ray beams are fired, but when the dust settles, Godzilla shrugs it all off as if to say, "That's all you got?" He stomps on tanks, swats fighter jets out of the sky, and uses his atomic breath to wipe out entire platoons. It honestly doesn't get more one-sided than that. Number 6. Luke vs. Dragline.
Stay down. You're beat. You're gonna have to kill me.
In 1967, Paul Newman gave the performance of his career as Cool Hand Luke, a renegade inmate who refuses to conform to the rules and regulations of a rural prison in the South. Luke hates authority, and refuses to bend to anyone's will but his own. Throughout the movie, the gutsy prisoner tries several escape attempts, while the prison staff continuously works to break down his spirit. One of the standout scenes that highlights Luke's willingness to never give up is his boxing matchup with prisoner Kingpin Dragline, the obvious alpha male of the prison camp. Dragline is formidable in size, and quite imposing when he needs to be. During the fight, he knocks Luke down again and again. With each blow to the face, Luke keeps getting back up, slowly becoming a bloody mess in the process. Eventually, through sheer sickening determination, Luke gets Dragline to become disgusted and leave the boxing match entirely. That's one way to beat him, Luke. Number 5. The Bride vs. the Crazy 88. Nothing can stop the Bride's justified path of revenge, not even an entire squad of sword-wielding gangsters. Tarantino's blood-soaked Kill Bill series is filled with gruesome violence, but no moment is as infamous as the fight scene between Beatrix Kiddo and the Crazy 88 gang. When the Bride confronts numero uno on her hit list, Oren Ishii, she's not surprised to find an entire army spring up to defend their mistress. Soon the Bride is surrounded by the Crazy 88, a vicious gang of killers that wear slick black suits and wield weapons that could cut your head clean off. Even with their vast numbers, however, they are no match for the greatest assassin on the planet. The Bride proceeds to pick off the gang one by one, hacking off limbs, impaling bodies, and gouging out eyes in the process. The end product is a bloodied room filled with bodies and survivors screaming from the agonizing pain. It's safe to say that after this bloody battle, you should stay on Beatrix Kiddo's good side. Number 4. The Narrator vs. Tyler Durden. The fight between Edward Norton's Narrator and Brad Pitt's Tyler Durden is just about as one-sided as it gets, mostly because they are one and the same person. The Narrator has formed an alter ego version of himself in Tyler, who is hell-bent on taking down the system and everything that comes with it. His plan to open the public's eyes as his minions from Fight Club set off a series of explosions that will level various credit buildings, thereby resetting everyone's debt back to zero. Horrified with his own plan, the Narrator races to stop it, only to find Tyler at every turn. A psychopathic Durden beats the Narrator senseless, which is eerily creepy, as the audience is now aware that the Narrator is inflicting the punishment on himself. The only way the Narrator can triumph is by realizing that he holds the power over Tyler. How does he do this? By shooting himself in the head, of course. The plan kind of works, as his doppelganger disappears, but the audience is left wondering if Tyler Durden will once again rear his meddlesome head in the Narrator's future. Number 3. Batman vs. Bane. You're making a serious mistake. Not as serious as yours, I fear, Mr. Wayne. The audience knows that right when the gate slams shut on Batman, that the Caped Crusader is certainly in for it. The Dark Knight has been cruising for a bruising for 3 movies, with no one to match his physical strength. Enter Bane, a hulking behemoth whose combat skills are only matched by his highly strategic mind. He makes it his mission to put a hurting on Batman, and what follows isn't as much as a fight rather than a straight-up beatdown. Bane looms towards Batman and starts throwing around haymakers like they're going out of style. All during the relentless beating, he's at the same time trash-talking to the Caped Crusader, accusing him of growing soft and foolish. Batman, who has recently been out of commission for some time, continues to get his butt kicked until he's beaten nearly unconscious as Bane wails on the bat cowl until it cracks. Bane finally lands the coup de grace as he lifts up Batman above his head, suit and all, and slams the vigilante down on his knee, breaking the Dark Knight both physically and mentally. Fans of the comic series were both taken aback and satisfied that Bane performed his most famous action of breaking the bat in The Dark Knight Rises. Of course, you don't put Bane in a Batman movie without him delivering his signature back-breaking maneuver. Unless your name is Joel Schumacher, that is. Number 2. Rocky vs. Clubber Lang.
Hey, woman! Hey, woman! Listen here. Since your old man ain't got no heart, maybe you'd like to see a real man. I bet you stay up late every night dreaming you had a real man, don't you?
After Rocky's triumphant victory in Rocky II, the boxer takes a backseat to defending his much-deserved heavyweight title. Rocky's trainer Mickey sets him up with a bunch of fights with people who are easily beaten. In the process, the Italian stallion loses his edge, the eye of the tiger if you will. That's bad news for Rocky, but good news for Clubber Lang, a hungry young boxer looking to take Rocky out. After publicly humiliating Rocky at his own award ceremony, the champion reluctantly accepts Clubber's invitation to fight. While the champ doesn't take the opposition seriously, Clubber, seen through a montage of course, is shown taking out fools left and right in anticipation for the upcoming bout with Rocky. It all accumulates to the two's first fight, which results in Rocky getting his ass handed to him on a silver platter. Physically inferior and still shaken from Mickey's heart attack, Rocky takes punch after punch from the highly aggressive Clubber. Lang appears almost animalistic as he savagely beats Rocky into oblivion, shortly knocking the Italian stallion out in the third round. Tough break, Rock. Number 1. Jake LaMotta vs. Sugar Ray Robinson.
You never got me down, Ray. You hear me? Never got me down. Yeah? See? Look.
It's not just for its sheer brutality, but because of the artistic bravado in the way that this beating is captured on film, that it claims our top spot. Director Martin Scorsese pulls out all the stops for his biographical boxing drama Raging Bull, capturing every moment, every punch, every hit, with such intensity and grace that it leaves the viewer in awe. The violence on screen is appalling, but we find ourselves peeking through the cracks of our fingers, horrified at what we might see. Robert De Niro plays Jake LaMotta, a boxer with anger issues, who after a series of runs finds his life come crashing down in front of him. His relationships with his wife and his brother are strained, and Jake's days at the top of the boxing world are numbered. He enters his last fight as a champion against famed boxer Sugar Ray Robinson, who has a long history of fights with LaMotta in the past. The following fight between the two heavyweights was nicknamed the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, and for good reason. LaMotta is relentlessly beaten by Robinson round after round. Blows to LaMotta's head are captured in high-definition slow motion that is absolutely gut-wrenching to watch. Jake's blood is splattered on the boxing ring floor, on the announcers, and even on the spectators of the fight. The persistent thrashing finally comes to an end in the 13th round, as Robinson makes one last series of tremendous blows. Although the fight is ended by the referee, Robinson is never able to knock Jake down, a fact in which the boxer relishes even in defeat. We would like to invite you to share your opinion with us. Do you agree with our list? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications bell. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!